Goes on to say, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. We shouldn't be going to church as a showmanship either. And we shouldn't be going to church to say, here, look at this new dress, look at this new thing. Look at this new thing I bought. Look at this great cost. And put shame on somebody else because they can't afford such things as you. Be respectful to the house of God and people. Be respectful. And like I said when I started this, I'm going to say it again. I know this ain't a popular message, and I know a lot of you will say, well, there goes that Pentecostal preacher again. He's preaching on the outward. I'm not preaching on the outward. I'm telling you, just be modest. I'm telling you, don't show everything. Don't leave it all hanging out. Dress modestly. And dress respectful. And be respectful in the house of God. Another way to be respectful in the house of God is not bringing food into a sanctuary. It's another way to be respectful to the house of God. So you see, there's many ways of being respectful to the house of God. I went to a church recently. It's very hot outside. Very hot. And they was actually thinking about having it outside, but it was so hot they decided to move it in. People was bringing all the food inside the sanctuary and eating. I stood out in 100-degree weather. Yes, it was hot. But I wouldn't eat in the church. A lot of people ask me, why aren't you eating in there like everybody else to see sweat going off of you? I said, because I have more respect for the house of God. So have respect tonight. Dress modest and have respect. You know, we are to come as we are. I do agree with that. But also, we need to use a little bit of logic with it. Take, for instance, some family member you looked up to and wouldn't want to see you dressed a certain way. If you wouldn't go to that house that certain way, why would you go to God's house that certain way? Shouldn't you have more respect for God's house than that certain person? Because first and foremost, anything you put before God becomes your idol. So if you put them and have more respect for them than you do God, guess what? They're your idol. Dress modestly. And always be respectful to the house of God. On your time. Don't worry about what time it is, because we're all on God's timing. On the way you're like manners, on the things you do things. You know, someone posted on Facebook today a very good status. They said, you know, there's so many sins that's in the Bible, and mentioned a bunch of them, that people commit each and every day. Some of the biggest saints will commit sins not knowing that they're sin. Because if we take everything that's in the Bible, there's a lot that we can and cannot do that some people don't even know that's in there. But they're always the first to point fingers at somebody else or justify what they do. Respect. Have more respect for yourself, first of all, and then have respect for God. But you gotta have respect for yourself. I mean, there's families, there's kids, there's everybody that goes into a church house. So even use a little bit of logic. Why would you not want to leave anything for the imagination? I mean, I've seen people literally not have nothing left for the imagination. Is that what our church is coming to? Has people lost the morals or the marbles? Or a little bit of both? And most of all, have they lost respect? Because where is that respect?